From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. Hope everyone had a fantastic holiday weekend. It is going to be a hot one for today and then even hotter for tomorrow. In fact, that's why we're going with the First Alert Weather Day. High temperatures could be into the triple digits in lower elevations. Also, we are going to be dry out there. The vegetation is going to be dry, the air is going to be dry, and the winds are going to kick up. So fires could start to spread very quickly in these conditions. We're keeping a close eye on Wednesday for that same setup as well. Right now, temperatures in the 50s and 60s for lower elevations, and also 50s and 60s up in the mountains, so it feels excellent out there. Your day planner forecast for today for lower elevations into the mid 80s as soon as lunchtime, and then up into the 90s at the peak of daytime. Heating will be about 5 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year, about 10 to 15 degrees hotter than normal for tomorrow. Again, you factor in some of the fire weather. Cooler for Wednesday and Thursday. It looks like we're going to heat things up again into this week, and I'll tell you just how hot coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, flames and fireworks and overnight fire scorching a local storage facility. What we know about what officials say started it.
But first, a man rushed to the hospital as a manhunt unfolds. What police say happened during a late night shooting in Pasco.
And calls pouring in. What local 911 dispatchers say about their busiest time of year and how they're keeping up when the seconds count. It's all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. Thanks for waking up with us on this Monday after a busy holiday weekend.
Oh, yeah, lots of fireworks, lots of fires, which we'll get to later on in the show. But we do want to start with new information this morning out of Pasco. The police department there is investigating a shooting that happened late last night on 6th Avenue.
Yeah, police tell us the shooting happened just after 9:30 last night. And when they got to the scene, they found one man with a gunshot wound. Witnesses reported seeing at least 2 people running through backyards shortly after the shooting. You're taking a look at video from the scene as our crews were there. The man, we're told, was taken to the hospital. Right now, his condition unknown.
Authorities called in several other law enforcement agencies, including the Tri-City Regional SWAT team. A police dog and at least 2 drones were all used to help look for the suspects. And this is what we know so far, but we will continue to keep you updated as more information comes in.
And now on to a crime alert out of Zillow, where the police department there is asking for the public's help in finding 2 armed robbery suspects. Take a look at your screen. This is who they're looking for. Police say the 2 men walked into the Harvest Foods on the 100 block of First Avenue shortly before it closed, and they hid. They say then the 2 men, armed with guns, tied up 3 employees and stole a number of items before leaving through an emergency exit. When police got to the scene, they had to break a window to get those employees out. All 3 of them luckily not injured, but now police say if you recognize the people in these photos, you're asked to call the Zillow Police Department immediately.
Now, with triple-digit temperatures and a long holiday weekend, 911 dispatchers saw a major spike in emergency calls. From heat illnesses to fire and water rescues, summer is their busiest season. Dispatchers at the Southeast Communications Center say on a normal day they get about 1,000 calls, but on the 4th of July, that number skyrocketed with up to 600 calls an hour at peak times. And the most common emergencies, fires, also boating accidents and people working too long in the sun.
We just did a training with the staff about heat-related illness. We do tend to see some more cases of not necessarily like sunburns. People don't typically call us for that, but people who are out working in the sun.
Dispatchers serve both Benton and Franklin counties, and they're hiring to help handle the summer surge. They also want to remind people to save 911 for real emergencies because every second does count.
6:04 and Fire Watch now with these dry, hot conditions throughout the week, pairing that with high winds and fireworks that pose some major issues for first responders over the weekend. Officials say people setting off fireworks on Keene Road started a large area of a vegetation fire. West Richland police blocked off Keene Road at South Highlands Boulevard and Latin Road so that fire crews could battle that blaze. Luckily, no homes or other properties were damaged. However, a large section of vegetation is now burnt. Several firefighters working a vegetation fire on Hershey Lane, which is just up the road from this one, spotted that fire, and they made it to Keene Road in just a matter of minutes.
Also, over the holiday weekend, crews across the region were busy as numerous fires broke out. We just told you about a few of them. But in Richland, at least one person was hurt after a fire at Badger Mountain Storage. This one broke out at midnight or just before midnight on July 4th. The official cause has not yet been released, but authorities say people were lighting fireworks in that area just before the reports of the fire were called in. When crews arrived, they found several of the storage units on fire, with some of the roofs caved in. At least one person was hurt after trying to put out that fire before firefighters could make it to the scene. That person was taken to the hospital, and their current condition is not known at this time. Now wrapping up Fire Watch, talking about the wildfire in Findlay from Friday night. Several fire agencies responded to a house fire, and many witnesses say fireworks being shot off in that area may have ignited the wildfire, which spread to several cars and structures on a property near Highway 397. The call for help came in shortly before 11, and fire crews remained on scene until late Saturday morning. We're told no one was hurt, but the fire burned about 2 acres as well as several outbuildings. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, heartbreak and heroism in the aftermath of Texas's deadly flooding from over the weekend. We hear from survivors who escaped, and we're also learning more about the lives lost, which includes children, teachers, and camp counselors. All the details are coming up in your national headlines.
And giving you that live look outside this morning at 6 minutes after 6. This is from our Legends Casino and Hotel Sky Camera at Richland's Columbia Point. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will be back with your first alert forecast after the break.
Allen Brecky Law Offices is a Tri-Cities-based regional law firm which emphasizes the rights of accident victims. If you've been injured, get a free consultation from the people who live and work right here in our community.
Feeling overwhelmed? It's time to shed your worries, literally. At Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, we've got the perfect shed to clear the clutter, create space, and bring peace to your life. Man cave, playhouse, done. Want something custom? We'll build it just the way you want it. And we deliver for free. Summer is here. Shed the mess, shed the stress. See dealer for special pricing. Visit Columbia Basin Building and Sheds today in Kennewick or West Richland.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can lease a rugged new Toyota Tacoma for just $299 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
July is Ultraviolet Safety Month. Protect your skin from harmful UV rays by staying in the shade whenever possible. There's more information at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Allen Brecky Law Offices is a Tri-Cities-based regional law firm which emphasizes the rights of accident victims. If you've been injured, get a free consultation from the people who live and work right here in our community.
This newscast sponsored by Walker's Furniture and Mattress. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. The National Weather Service in Pendleton has issued a heat advisory in place for lower elevations. except for I think they've trimmed out a little bit of the Morrow County foothills, but 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Tuesday. So, of course, we'll talk at length about just how hot it's going to be for tomorrow. But let's take it back to today. Is your CodeCast for today for the Tri-Cities light jacket stuff for this morning. It's going to be plenty of t-shirt weather, though, by the time we get to the late morning and after that, as well, have highs that'll end up in the mid-90s. So for today, lots of sunshine. Could have some high-level, light upper-level haze for some portions of our viewing area, and we'll show you that with Futurecast wildfire smoke here in just a second. But back to the highs for today, mid to upper 90s. Some portions of the lower Columbia Basin could be a little bit closer to 100 degrees, but this is about 5 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. And then for tonight, skies will be clear of clouds, but there could be some slightly more widespread upper level haze. Overnight lows are going to feel very pleasant out there with 60s for lower elevations and 50s and 60s in the mountains. Okay, here's Futurecast upper level wildfire smoke. This is around lunchtime. You see some of the upper level very light haze starting to encroach on our area in Morrow and Umatilla counties, starting to get into Walla Walla County and impacting Hermiston as well around 5 p.m. And you see overnight, this just slowly becomes a little bit more widespread and much more widespread for tomorrow. Thankfully, this is light and we're not expecting any big time reductions to air quality. But for tomorrow, the heat risk goes up, the fire risk goes up. And so I'll touch on both of those points coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. 11 minutes after 6 now, and in your national headlines, it was a tragic start to the holiday weekend. Devastating flash floods swept through Texas Hill Country on Friday. And unfortunately, officials are saying it could be far from over.
We're hearing the floods came fast and without warning. And according to the National Weather Service, remnants of Tropical Storm Barry, which hit Mexico's coast last week, brought a surge of moisture, and that moisture fed a massive cluster of thunderstorms that dumped heavy rainfall overnight Friday, up to 12 inches in some areas. And this all triggered a disaster while many people were sleeping.
Officials say evacuations just weren't possible fast enough. In Kerrville, the Guadalupe River rose a stunning 26 feet in just 45 minutes. Residents say they had little to no time to escape.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott says flash flooding remains a threat, with more rain expected this week in some already hard-hit regions.
There's more heavy rainfall that's expected that will lead to potential flash flooding broadly in these regions: the Big Country, Concho Valley, Central Texas, and once again, Kerrville.
State and federal air rescue teams have been searching from above, scanning swollen waterways for survivors and creeks like Johnson Creek, which continues to rise. And for now, all residents are being urged to stay alert and stay out of the flood-prone areas. Just yesterday, President Trump announcing that he does plan to make a trip to the devastated areas later this week.
And this follows a social media post stating he signed a major disaster declaration for Texas following the deadly flooding.
Yeah, just on Sunday morning, the president wrote, quote, "I just signed a major disaster declaration for Kerr County, Texas, to ensure that our brave first responders immediately have the resources they need."
Now, this as the NFL Foundation, along with the Dallas Cowboys and Houston Texans, announced they would be donating $1.5 million to help those communities recover.
The money will go towards immediate relief efforts and long-term recovery resources for families affected by this historic flooding.
And continue to follow us on Good Morning Northwest and Apple Valley News Now as we continue to monitor this heartbreaking situation.
There's so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, we'll check back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. We'll have a look at your first alert forecast as we give you that live look outside this morning from our Yakima Federal camera here at the Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. It is 13 minutes after 6, and we'll be right back.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The record shows no driver at fault. However, we found footage which shows the other driver caused the wreck.
Nice job. What's the insurance company's offer?
You know it's too low. Should I ask them for more?
Thanks, Shelby. But you know when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Injured in a car wreck? Call the heavy hitter, Attorney Mariano Morales.
There's working you. And then there's chill you. Chill you is more carefree and curious, more present, more relaxed, more fun. Chill you is the best you. There you are. Bring back your chill you with an escape to Coeur d'Alene, the city by the lake. Win a dream giveaway at cda4.fun.
Vance Heating and Air has been keeping Yakima homes cool since 1986. If your air conditioner needs service this summer, we'll take $86 off the cost of any AC repair. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
Win and save with Lucky Number Tuesday at Buy-Mart. Just by matching your ending number, you can win a Lux Pro focusing flashlight. Plus, save with Tuesday-only pricing and buy it for $4.99. Win and save on Lucky Number Tuesday only at Buy-Mart.
Crossing the Columbia River by car in a boat.
Only ferry owned by the state of Washington that is not in the Puget Sound.
See it all over the Keller Ferry on Fly the Northwest.
Very unique.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Start your week by stumping Mark.
I'm going to say you once worked at a dude ranch.
You are wrong, Mark. Next live, Maggie Q from Ballard.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Federal job cuts could impact wildfire season safety. Good Morning Northwest, Wednesday. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Tomorrow going to be a first alert weather day as high temperatures could be into the triple digits for lower elevations. The vegetation is going to be dry, the air is going to be dry, and the winds will be a factor as well. So we could also see fires starting or spreading in these conditions as well. All right, but first let's touch on today's temperatures again, as it's going to be toasty out there, mid-90s for lower elevations. That's about 5 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year, 70s and 80s up in the mountains. But for tomorrow, that's going to be the peak of this little mini heat wave, as we'll be close to 105 for the Hanford side and Sunnyside, and the Tri-Cities around 100 in Yakima, around 100 in the Bluefoot Hills. So a dangerous brand of heat out there, 70s and 80s up in the mountains. Also dangerous fire weather, as the vegetation is going to be critically dry on Tuesday in the Cascades and the Upper Yakima Basin, in the Kittitas Valley, in the Yakima Valley, Lower Columbia Basin, and Bluefoot Hills. You factor in how dry the air is going to be. You factor in the winds, especially in the Kittitas Valley, but elsewhere it's going to be breezy. So again, fires could start or spread quickly in these conditions. The wind's going to be even stronger for Wednesday. And as we've got more model data into the Weather Center, I am considering extending out the first alert weather day into Wednesday because of the fire potential. So definitely stay tuned for that. But look at some of these wind gusts, up around 50 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, 45 miles per hour for the Morrow County foothills, 30 to 40 miles per hour for the Lower Columbia Basin. The Bluefoot Hills of Walla Walla and Umatilla County is also going to see some very strong wind gusts. So I'm sounding like a broken record here, but fires could start or spread quickly in those conditions. And the reason why wind's picking up for Tuesday into Wednesday is because high temperatures are going to drop by about 15 degrees between Tuesday and Thursday. And Thursday is going to feel nice because we are going to quickly heat things up again in the Tri-Cities, up around 100 degrees for Saturday and Sunday. And the forecast staying bone dry over the next 7 days. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Highs close to 105 on Tuesday, cooler Wednesday and Thursday, but here we go with the heat again this weekend. In Yakima, extreme heat and dangerous fire weather on Tuesday, 80s on Wednesday and Thursday, then back into the 90s Friday through Sunday. In Ellensburg, windy on Tuesday, but even windier on Wednesday. It looks as if winds pick up again this weekend. In Hermiston, near 100 today and tomorrow, windy and cooler Wednesday, then back around 100 this weekend. Finally, for Walla Walla, highs flirt with triple digits Tuesday, cooler Wednesday through Friday, then the heat is back on Saturday and Sunday.
Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up in your entertainment headlines, the Prince of Darkness has bid a bitter farewell, performing his last show of his nearly 50-year career. Coming up, we'll see the star-studded stage and unforgettable performances. It's 6:19. We're back after the break.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels. Get ready to feast at Legends Casino Hotel's ultimate all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Dive into fresh Dungeness crab, wild Columbia River salmon, juicy prime rib, and much more. Taste it all every Thursday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m.
Who says you have to wait for snow to get the best piano deals of the year? Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos is unwrapping Christmas savings in July. Free delivery and setup, and a holiday songbook so you can practice Jingle Bells by the pool. Save on select uprights, grands, and digital pianos. And if you wear a Santa hat, we'll reward you with an extra discount. Christmas in July at Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos, where music is always in season.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Did you know Tri-City Lumber Company isn't just for contractors? We're your local source for decking, railing, hardware, and more, open to everyone. For over 30 years, DIYers and homeowners have trusted us for quality materials and expert one-on-one advice. Now, under new ownership, we're making it even easier to shop local and build better. Skip the big box stores. Visit Tri-City Lumber today on Clearwater and Kennewick, or call us at 509-783-3322 today.
The Killer Ferry on Fly the Northwest.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Welcome back, 6:22 in today's entertainment news. Over the weekend, fans took a moment to say farewell to a true legend in the world of rock.
Ozzy Osbourne took the stage for what's being called his final live performance, and he did it with his original Black Sabbath bandmates.
Sharon. Saturday night's Back to the Beginning concert in Birmingham, England was loaded with emotion and history.
Fans watched as he powered through iconic tracks like Iron Man, War Pigs, and Paranoid, doing so sitting on a black throne complete with a bat on top.
Typical
Ozzy
Ozzy
I was going to say,
fashion.
sounds
Yeah.
very Ozzy.
There was no shortage of star power either. Jason Momoa hosted, oh my God, I need to watch that. I love him, sorry. Also, bands like Metallica, Slayer, Guns N' Roses, Ghost, and Alice in Chains also hit the stage.
Osbourne, who's been open about his Parkinson's diagnosis, thanked fans for sticking with him, saying your support over the years has made it all possible.
And proceeds from the event benefited several organizations, including Cure Parkinson's and a local children's hospital.
It was a powerful send-off for the Prince of Darkness and a night that rock fans will not forget. It was also especially a night to remember for Ozzy's daughter, Kelly.
Yes, the TV personality Kelly Osbourne got engaged Saturday after the show.
She posted an Instagram video of her long-term partner, Sid Wilson, proposing in front of family members and friends, including her father, Ozzy, and mother, Sharon.
Sharon! Wilson is part of heavy metal band Slipknot, and they've been together since at least 2022 and share a young son named Sydney.
The proposal happened backstage just after Ozzy's farewell performance right there in England. So what a special moment for all of them.
For the entire family. And is he really done?
He says he's done performing, but he says he's going to continue to write and record.
Don't leave.
But not live stage performances.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Gonna have Iron Man stuck in my head all day.
Not a
Me
bad
too,
one.
actually.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up next, a pedestrian critically hurt in an early morning crash. We have what police say led to that driver being in handcuffs.
Plus, the Seattle Mariners stealing bases and also stealing hearts as they honored a veteran over the holiday weekend. We have all that and more coming up in your next half hour.
Appliances that spark joy and big savings. Come check out all LG appliances on sale and in stock this Independence Day at Fred's Appliance. From induction ranges to dishwashers to washers and dryers and so much more, you'll find explosive and exclusive sales on all LG appliances this 4th of July. Save 30% with our truckload savings on this LG refrigerator, now just $15.99. Plus, save up to $500 with an additional Fred's exclusive Buy More, Save More rebate.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Here at the clinic, we stay up to date on the latest research and we offer cutting-edge therapies. We treat a number of different conditions, specifically Parkinson's disease, stroke recovery, traumatic brain injury, fibromyalgia, diabetes. We also treat folks dealing with cognitive decline due to aging.
We all have dreams and ideas about how life is going to be, and then life happens, and it's not necessarily what we pictured. So how do we deal with that? I've lived with multiple sclerosis for years. It's realizing that it's all one system. How do you reset your goals so that you can live a happy, healthy life even with chronic illness? And I can attest, yes, you can. My life is incredibly happy.
We first start by improving oxygen utilization in the cells because healthy cells are well oxygenated. We then work towards improving areas of the brain that are inefficient, and for this we use a number of different modalities. We offer oxygen contrast therapy, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, transcranial photobiomodulation, and our latest addition, brain high-intensity interval training.
We also build a schedule for the patient that makes it easy to adapt their game plan to their lives and the therapies they do inside the clinic. To get started, call 509-783-5465 and schedule an appointment with a client advocate today.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
SDCU and Apple Valley News Now honor local volunteers by sharing their stories and donating $1,000 to their favorite charities. To nominate someone who's making a difference in Benton and Franklin counties, click on Volunteers Count under the Contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Win and save with Lucky Number Tuesday at Buy Mart. Just by matching your ending number, you can win a Lux Pro focusing flashlight. Plus, save with Tuesday-only pricing and buy it for $4.99. Win and save on Lucky Number Tuesday only at Buy Mart.
The Killer Ferry on Fly the Northwest.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Monday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, you surprised us last hour because we were expecting, that jackpot to keep going up, but no, I mean, somebody won. And you're relieved, which is surprising.
Yeah, I know.
And it turns out I do have a bit of a poker face, just a little bit.
You do, yeah.
Yeah. It's not that good.
Don't play poker with Josh.
Anyway, yes, I got it wrong. And the streak ended at a very round spot.
I do like
satisfying.
That.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very satisfying.
Yes, it ended at 60 days in a row, so that's round. And it ended at the jackpot being $1,500. That's also pretty round. So congratulations to Joanna Ruiz of Sunnyside. You win the jackpot, $1,500. And now the jackpot, well, there's not much pomp and circumstance for this. It's back down to 0. So the forecast high for today, 97. If it verifies between 94 to 100, the jackpot's going to hit $25. If that doesn't happen, no one wins anything. Now let's move on to the first alert weather day that we have for tomorrow, as high temperatures could be up into the triple digits for lower elevations. Also, the vegetation is going to be dry. The air is going to be dry. The wind gusts are going to pick up, so fires could start or spread quickly in that environment. Here's some tips to prevent wildfires. Mind your campfires, don't toss cigarettes, check equipment sparks, especially with mowers, chains, and trailers, and obey all local fire restrictions. And we know that people have extra fireworks that they've been shooting off over the past few days. Definitely something to keep in mind, and with respect to that as well. Okay, let's take it back to this morning. Feels excellent out there for this morning. 50s and 60s across the map. We're even seeing some upper 40s there in the Cascades. Your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. We're going to be around 80 as soon as 10 this morning, mid-80s as soon as lunchtime, and then up into the mid-90s at the peak of daytime heating. So it's still going to be toasty for today, about 5 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year, but even hotter for tomorrow. But I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast, and I'll preview vegetation dryness for both today and tomorrow. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. We start this half hour of news in Yakima, where an investigation's underway following a deadly confrontation between a man and local police officers.
The Yakima Valley Special Investigations Unit has taken over the case, and they say the Zillah and Granger Police Departments were called to a home on the 200 block of First Avenue on July 1st. Now, this after reports that a man was inside his neighbor's house and refused to leave.
So investigators say police tried to de-escalate the situation for more than an hour, asking that man to come out peacefully. But when those efforts failed, officers entered the home to remove him.
That's when some sort of physical confrontation occurred inside, and authorities say the man was seriously injured. He was taken to a local hospital where he later died.
An autopsy has been ordered to determine his exact cause of death and whether any use of force was involved. And staying in Yakima now, where we're following a serious crash that left a local man fighting for his life. It happened just before 3 a.m. on July 3rd. A Yakima police officer came across a crash at West Nob Hill Boulevard and South 23rd Avenue. A 32-year-old pedestrian who has ties to Kennewick was found unconscious in the roadway with severe head injuries. Paramedics rushed him to Multi-Care Memorial Hospital, and then he was later life-flighted to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle, where he remains in critical condition. Investigators say the victim was in a legal crosswalk area, crossing from a parking lot when he was struck by a 39-year-old Yakima man driving a 2014 Hyundai Sonata. Police say the driver showed signs of impairment and was arrested for vehicular assault.
Now to a crime alert over the weekend. On Saturday, Benton County deputies responded to a disturbance at an event center near Prosser. While on the scene, they saw a 29-year-old woman who they say was clearly intoxicated. They say she was trying to drive away with her 2 children in the car. Deputies tried to warn her not to leave, but she ignored them. She was arrested for DUI and physical control of a car. Family members on the scene took custody of those children. Now continuing our coverage on the deadly ambush in Idaho that claimed the lives of 2 firefighters. Over the weekend, a special tribute in Coeur d'Alene was held on Independence Day, honoring the fallen. Riderless horses led the Coeur d'Alene 4th of July parade, and the horses carried the boots of fallen battalion chiefs John Morrison and Frank Harwood. The horses were followed by Kootenai County Fire and Rescue and Coeur d'Alene firefighters and their families. Injured engineer David Tisdale remains in the hospital in stable condition, and this comes as memorial services for the 2 firefighters that were killed have been set in Coeur d'Alene for this week. A celebration of life will be held on Thursday for Battalion Chief Morrison, and one will be held on July 11th for Battalion Chief Harwood. The motive behind the shooting has not been released yet by law enforcement.
6:33, turning now to sports. The Seattle Mariners celebrating the July 4th holiday with a special pregame tribute.
The team honored a World War II Army vet. Harvey Drejos is 102 years old, and he got the chance to throw out the first pitch. Drew Mickelson has more.
A lot of people. They came early for free hats.
Isn't that something?
These fans are in store for much more.
Maybe I should rub your shoulder so it's loosened up.
Harvey Drejos, a World War II veteran and Purple Heart recipient.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good luck.
He's 102 years old.
Yes.
And he's throwing out the first pitch.
And then I want a hot dog and a Coke, damn it.
But before hitting the field,
hey, that looked good.
He made a little time.
I want to shake your hand.
Aha!
Yeah. Thank you for your service.
You're quite welcome.
Here you're throwing the first pitch today.
Yeah, I hope I don't screw it up.
For folks,
it's an honor to meet you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Who know a little about service.
This day and age is just super inspiring to be around someone like you.
To be 102 There's very few of us left.
Wow, look at this. It's almost game time.
Don't let all these eyes get to you.
No.
He's trying to jinx you. And even at 100 plus, Harvey still feels an urge to serve and inspire.
When I got blowed up on Okinawa, and they give me the last rites and all that good stuff, I made a foxhole promise. Good Lord, if you keep me alive, then I'll dedicate my life helping people. And that's what I do. I still do.
Have you thrown a first pitch before?
No.
Well, now as good a time as any.
Yeah.
What are you going to be thinking when you throw that ball?
Don't let me screw it up.
It's finally showtime. The crowd that came for a baseball game and maybe a free hat.
You got it? Okay, take that.
Quickly realized Harvey
Aim at the moose.
is what this day is all about.
You're right on.
The cutest.
I love it so much.
Cute. And he doesn't even look 102.
No,
you're never too old to throw the first pitch.
Never. He is fantastic, and we so appreciate, of course, his service for our country and just the spirit that he has.
So cute. Made my day.
Yeah. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. July's officially kicked off, and now we're past the holiday shopping weekend. Consumer Reports has a look at some other deals floating around this month. We have what you might want to buy in July. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert has how today is looking weather-wise. Details are all coming up in his first alert weather forecast. That's in just a few minutes after the break.
Federal job cuts could impact wildfire season safety. Good Morning Northwest, Wednesday.
When it comes to legal matters, you need someone you can trust. At Morphine Law Firm, we are sincerely grateful for the last 5 years of trust and support you've given our firm. Your trust and support have been a major driving force behind our mission for justice. We offer free consultations, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear, but we try to steer you in the right direction. We appreciate your continued trust and confidence in Morphine Law Firm.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late-night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Atomic Health pays me to do the in-home, I guess nursing or the things I do to help out, so we don't need a nurse. Meds, cooking, cleaning, getting them to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, whatever else needs to be done. So at least once a month or whenever I need her, Sarah, or whatever nurse is available, comes to our house. If I have a worry that I'm not sure if he needs to go to the doctor, she comes and advises me and does an assessment and tells me if there's anything I need to do different, or I don't know that I could do this without him.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
Life. It's a crazy thing when you think about it. It's either about making memories or remembering those moments that matter most. Broadmoor RV has been serving families and its community in the Pacific Northwest for over 20 years. From travel trailers to toy haulers, truck campers, motorhomes, and fifth wheels, we have what you need to start creating memories with the ones you love. So get out there and make those memories last a lifetime. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
Federal job cuts at the National Weather Service could leave the Northwest vulnerable this wildfire season. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert reports on how this could impact your family's safety on Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest, Wednesday from 5 to 7.
Start your week by stumping Mark.
I'm gonna say you once worked at a dude ranch.
You are wrong, Mark.
Next live, Maggie Q from Ballard.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a toasty one. It's going to be even hotter for tomorrow, but still for today, mid-90s in the Kittitas Valley. Lots of sunshine across the map for today. These highs are going to be about 5 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. Then in the Yakima Valley, mid-90s. Going to have light winds. Also, the wind's going to be light. And then for the lower Columbia Basin, a little bit of very light haze is possible today, but I'm thinking it's going to be mostly sunny without the haze. Highs in the mid to upper 90s. Then for the Blue Foothills, also mid-90s up and down the foothills, 80s for the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Could see some hazy sunshine out this way as well. So in general, a bright and a hot day with light winds across the map. Now let's take a look at today's vegetation dryness forecast. Remember, all of these levels have been adjusted for typical dryness per microclimate, and it is going to be critically dry in the Cascades in the upper Yakima Basin. The rest of us just going to have an elevated level of dryness, but that's just for today. For tomorrow, a lot more red on this map, and that is not good, as the critically dry vegetation going to spread down to the Kittitas Valley, the Yakima Valley, the lower Columbia Basin, and the Blue Foothills. You factor in how dry the air is going to be and the wind gust as well, and in this environment, fires could start or spread very quickly. So I'll show you that. I'll tell you just how hot it's going to be on Tuesday to stress out the vegetation that much. And all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In today's Consumer Reports, we're calling all online bargain hunters. It's now time to get primed for some amazing deals this month.
Yeah, we're past the Independence Day deals now, but other retailers are rolling out some big bargains. Rachel Joyce has more.
From fireworks and family gatherings to major markdowns and Prime Day promotions, July has it all.
This month kicks off with 4th of July sales on big-ticket items like grills, mattresses, and major appliances.
Keep things cool with this top-rated fridge from LG. It earned high marks in CR's lab tests for temperature control and noise. And right now, it's more than $600 off at the Home Depot. Want to sleep tight this summer on a new mattress? Check out this Leesa Legend Hybrid that's on sale for under $2,000 on the company's website. CR's tests found that Leesa's combo of inner springs and foam is great for back sleepers. There's been plenty of build-up to Prime Day, which runs from July 8th to the 11th.
Just about everything is on sale for Prime Day, and plenty of other retailers have competing sales at the same time.
Looking to upgrade your TV? Check out this Amazon 55-inch 4K TV from its Omni series. It's a QLED model with a mini LED backlight, which CR's testing has found can help boost contrast and improve black levels. And if you're ready to soak up the sun this July, don't forget the sunscreen. This pricey La Roche-Posay sunscreen milk is a favorite of skincare influencers and CR's testers. And right now, it's almost $10 off at Walmart. Because what's better than saving a little green while celebrating the red, white, and blue? Happy 4th of July and happy shopping. This is Rachel Joyce.
And August is just around the corner, so whether you like it or not, it's almost time for some back-to-school shopping.
Yeah, those lists went out before school even ended.
They would, when I was a kid, they would go out in July, and that was too early for me. So, I mean, it's good preparation for parents, but
it is. Yeah, no, we already got one kid done, and
there
so
we go.
we'll
Yeah,
work on the other one
it's in
at
your
some
brain.
point. Yeah, exactly. And of course, as school season approaches, we will have more money-saving tips for you as well as the days just get closer
I know,
and
they're
closer.
ticking by.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, we have your morning sprint. Everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning, and give you that live look outside this morning from our Yakima Federal camera here at the Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. We'll check back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He will have your full First Alert forecast.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
Want to see some serious fireworks? Because we're stepping up the savings during the Star Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out the Factory Direct Summit, now only $299.99. Or save up to $500 on an all-new Tempur-Breeze and get a $300 gift, plus 60 months no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the Star Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Stone-Tipple Pilots, the return. The legacy continues. Saturday, August 30th at Legends Casino Hotel. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Stone-Tipple Pilots at Legends Casino Hotel.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
For more than a decade, Farxiga has been trusted again and again and again. Ask your doctor about Farxiga.
Call Vance when you need a friendly, reliable electrician. We'll keep your home safe with electrical services and equipment upgrades. Save $50 on any electrical service. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Tomorrow going to be a first alert weather day because of the triple-digit heat that we could have in lower elevations, but also the vegetation is going to be dry. The air is going to be dry. The wind gusts are going to factor in, so fires could start or spread quickly in these conditions. First, let's talk about today's conditions. Yeah, it's going to be hot out there for today as well. Mid-90s for lower elevations, about 5 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. 70s and 80s in the Cascades and the Blues. Then for tomorrow, this is going to be the peak of this little mini heat wave, and it is going to be quite toasty out there. 105 for the Hanford side, around 105 for the Tri-Cities, and Sunnyside right at 100 in Yakima. Triple digits for the Blue Foothills as well, 70s and 80s in the mountains. So the heat's going to be dangerous, but the fire weather setup is also going to be dangerous as vegetation is going to be critically dry in the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin, also for the valleys, for the lower Columbia Basin, and for the Blue Foothills. Then you factor in the wind gust, and I mean, especially in the Kittitas Valley, peak gust around 40 miles per hour, but across the map, it's going to be windy, so fires could start or spread quickly. Then for Wednesday, kind of on the bubble right now, I'm thinking I'm probably going to extend the first alert weather day for Wednesday for the same thing, fire weather setup, as the winds are going to be even stronger. Peak gust around 50 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, 45 miles per hour in the Morrow County foothills, and between 30 to 40 miles per hour even for the lower Columbia Basin and the Blue Foothills. We'll keep a very close eye on Wednesday. Wind's going to be picking up as high temperatures go down, about 15 degrees cooler from Tuesday through Thursday. and that's going to be a little reprieve from the heat as high temperatures go back up to around 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities for this weekend. And the forecast staying bone dry out there. So that means that the vegetation dryness will continue to be an issue, and fire danger looks like it's only going to go up from here. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Highs close to 105 on Tuesday, cooler Wednesday and Thursday, but here we go with the heat again this weekend. In Yakima, extreme heat and dangerous fire weather on Tuesday, 80s on Wednesday and Thursday, then back into the 90s Friday through Sunday. In Ellensburg, windy on Tuesday, but even windier on Wednesday. It looks as if winds pick up again this weekend. In Hermiston, near 100 today and tomorrow, windy and cooler Wednesday, then back around 100 this weekend. Then for Walla Walla, highs flirt with triple digits Tuesday, cooler Wednesday through Friday. Then the heat is back on Saturday and Sunday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, one family is speaking out after a dream vacation in paradise turned into a nightmare. The Slough family from Texas were excited for their 10-day vacation to the Bahamas, posing for this group photo. But moments later, on day one of their trip, a frightening accident. Brett Slough sharing his experience from a hospital in Florida as his wife Whitney flew back to the Bahamas to get their daughters.
And I'm about 20 feet from the shore, and suddenly I feel something hit me, and it's like I feel a thump, thump. I immediately knew that I was hit by a boat.
The 42-year-old husband and father's body was sliced by a boat's propeller.
You wouldn't expect a boat to be that close to shore either, so I was completely caught off guard.
And coming up at 7 a.m., more of our interview with the family. With your GMA First Look, I'm Stephanie Ramos, ABC News New York.
Dupixent helps people with asthma breathe better. So this is better. That too. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Dupixent's not for sudden breathing problems. It helps prevent asthma attacks. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue or throat swelling, wheezing or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. When you can get more out of your lungs, you can do more with less asthma. And isn't that better? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma. Also approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well controlled and with a specific marker of inflammation.
Time is 6:52. It's time for your morning sprint. We're going to start off with your national headlines. The deadline for countries to make a trade deal with the U.S. or face steep tariffs is coming up in just days. President Trump set July 9th as the deadline. That's this Wednesday. And the president has set deadlines before only to end up extending them. So it's unclear what will happen. But since this pause was set, countries have had a little over 3 months to cut a deal. We'll keep you updated, of course, as we learn more.
And at 6:52 in your business headlines this morning, McDonald's is rolling out a new menu item. Starting tomorrow, the fast food restaurant will unveil a new breakfast choice, the Spicy McMuffin Breakfast Sandwich. It features all of the items of a traditional Egg McMuffin, but this one will have a kick to it. McDonald's is adding its signature spicy pepper sauce.
In your health headlines, we have a warning for some Costco customers. The company has recalled nearly a dozen items in the last few months. This includes 2 air conditioning units, the Danby AK U-shaped window air conditioner, and the Medea U-shaped window ACs as well. Costco has also recalled 2 power bank models because of an issue with lithium-ion batteries. Lastly, Bridgestone Blizzak 6 tires have been recalled for missing a Department of Transportation certification seal.
6:53, and here are the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. First up, it was a busy and dangerous 4th of July weekend for first responders across the region. In Richland, a late-night fire at Badger Mountain Storage sent at least 1 person to the hospital. Fireworks were reportedly going off in that area before the blaze was reported. Fire crews arrived to find several storage units on fire with parts of the roof collapsed. 1 person was hurt while trying to put those flames out. No word on their condition this morning.
And in Findlay, fire crews battled a house fire Friday night. Witnesses say fireworks may have sparked that blaze, which burned about 2 acres and damaged several cars and outbuildings. Officials say no one was hurt.
And in Pasco, police are investigating a shooting that happened on 6th Avenue just after 9:30 last night. One man was found with a gunshot wound and rushed to the hospital. Officers brought in drones and a canine unit to search for the suspects who were seen running from the scene. As of right now, they are still looking for those suspects. As we get more information, we'll pass it along to you.
And in Zillah, police say 2 armed men hid inside Harvest Foods before they tied up 3 employees and robbed the store. The suspects escaped through an emergency exit. Thankfully, the employees were not hurt, but authorities are asking anybody with information to contact them immediately.
Also in Zillah, an investigation's underway after a man died following a confrontation with police. Officers say they tried to peacefully remove the man from a neighbor's home, but a struggle broke out and he was taken to the hospital, and that's where he later passed away. All right, 6:54, trending this morning. Get ready, get set. They're off, kind of.
Oh my gosh, the wiener dogs bolted out of the gate at full speed, or at least in some sort of direction.
These adorable canines were the stars of the 7th annual Timber Rattlers dog race in Wisconsin over the weekend.
Oh, this is hilarious. Dozens of dachshunds lining up for their moment of glory and took off in just about every direction except straight.
There were sniffs, detours, a few outfit malfunctions, and a whole lot of heart.
As for the grand prize winner, hard to say. The chaos made it nearly impossible to crown a clear champ.
They all
win.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's be honest. When it comes to this race, they do. They all win.
Of course, yeah.
How
you know what?
perfect.
They're doing the right thing. They're just
Absolute
going,
chaos.
wherever they want to. That's how I feel sometimes,
Right.
Winning wherever I
Just
go.
wherever I go, we're just winning.
When I was, in essence, a baby, I was at a minor league baseball game. My mom was there, and there was like a in-between inning promotional where if you crawled to your mom and you were the it was like a little baby race.
Yeah.
And if you won, you got the diapers. Well, I like veered off, and she still holds it against me to this day. She's like, you embarrassed me in front of everyone.
Oh my
I was like 1 year old.
That is
Come on.
so funny. Oh, yeah. No, you were
Sorry,
doing,
you lived
right
that
by yourself.
trauma. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
Maybe you were, you saw something.
Oh, that's funny. All right, what can we expect today weather-wise?
We can expect it to be hot. It's going to be even hotter tomorrow, and then the fire weather setup gets kind of dicey as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's go ahead and take a look at temperatures for this morning. Hey, it feels great out there right now. 50s and 60s across the map. But later today, it's not going to be 50s and 60s. We're going to be into the mid to upper 90s for lower elevations. That's about 5 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. A little bit of light haze is possible in some of our more southern counties, but we're not expecting any big time reductions to air quality. Bottom line for the forecast, more triple digits for tomorrow. That's going to be the peak of this heat wave, especially for lower elevations. We're going to have dangerous fire weather on Tuesday for lower elevations, and the winds looking especially strong for Wednesday. We're probably going to extend that first alert weather out to Wednesday as well. More heat as we head into this weekend. But the first alert weather day for tomorrow, again, highs up around 105 in the lower Columbia Basin, around 100 for the valleys and foothills. And of course, the vegetation is going to be dry, the air is going to be dry, and the wind's picking up, so fires could start or spread quickly. Something to especially keep in mind if you have some extra mortars that you want to shoot off from, left over from the 4th of July. We saw what happened this weekend. Something to keep in mind.
Yeah, don't do it.
I think it's illegal now at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hasn't the deadline passed?
It should.
The deadline is passed.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America's up next. We'll be back tonight at 5 with your local news and weather.
Have a great day.